beautiful people, we need to talk. We need to have a serious conversation. By the end of last year, I made a video where I said what was going to happen, and I said that the lockdowns and the restrictions would be dropped, only to be picked up and set in motion again by spring or summer. We are here now, and this is slowly happening. The thing about the dropping of restrictions, it wasn't because the danger was over. They wanted you to relax and start coping with everything that has happened. That sounds good, coping with the trauma of everything that has happened the past few years, but it actually isn't. What do you do when you start coping with things? You start to distract yourself. Sorry. And when you start to distract yourself, what is happening? You don't see what is happening right in front of your eyes. And also a lot is happening behind your back, and you will find out what. Okay, so that means coping means more distractions. Now that you know that, if you're watching this, you probably already know that, but I am hoping to get this message out to people who are just starting to see that things aren't what they said it would be and what it seemed to be. I'll do my best here, okay? So all of the things that are happening right now, it's Russia, it's Ukraine, it's food shortages, it's baby formula, it's abortion fights, it's all of these things are happening, and it is so many things that are happening at the same time, and that means they are panicking. If you want to see full-blown government panic, just turn your eyes to Shanghai. Full government panic. I mean, those tactics aren't the first tactics you want to set in motion when you want to control your people. And there are millions of people in Shanghai, and just imagine what would happen if every citizen would just walk out the door and say, hell no, I am not being locked inside my house with my starving baby while you set my dog on fire on the streets. I will not do that. And if everybody just stepped the fuck out of their front door, what could they do? They are so outnumbered, and what we are watching now is the biggest prison experiment you have ever seen in real life. So, and the food shortages, they will be worse. The prices will increase even more. The gas prices will increase even more. Things are getting very, very intense, and in many countries they will start the lockdowns again. And even in the countries where they haven't had lockdowns yet, where people just accepted things as they were told. I know all of this is very, very hard to digest right now, but just give me a few minutes, and I want you to know that don't listen to me, don't listen to the news, don't listen to anyone. Just take what resonates with you and do your own research. That is the only thing I want you to do. And that is the only thing that is very, very important, because we wouldn't be in this situation if everyone researched the very things they heard from someone else, from media, from some kind of gurus, from conspiracy theories, as you like to call them. If everyone did their own research based on what they just heard, we wouldn't be here. So don't use me as your only source of information. Don't use media as your only source of information. I want you to just look everywhere and look for patterns, because patterns will tell you what is going on. Okay, so next thing. Well, since Sweden is in this NATO bubble right now, there are things in motion behind this NATO conversation, and I I'm just wondering what they want to hide behind this NATO, Russia, Ukraine here in Sweden. Because once that is set in motion and accepted and we're in there, things will happen that they will blame the war for. So up until this point, they've been blaming Russians all the way, and that will continue. And they will also blame the war in general. Okay. Canada, Australia, other countries that has had very strict lockdowns will probably have them again, and you will see Sweden getting in there with trying to. They have already tried to make the pandemic laws stricter, meaning more. So that they can take even more strict measures and lock people inside their homes and everything. And I believe that about around May 20th or by the end of May, we will get this answer if it has been accepted in some way. And then I can tell you things are going to be really ugly. And so I know you're wondering then why haven't they gone all Shanghai on us if that's what they want? You need to understand the psychology of people. Sweden has always been considered a neutral, free country, and in Shanghai, not so much, okay? So you wouldn't be able to get the Swedes to kick in the neighbors' doors and drag them outside, tape them to things, and kick their dog, and all of these things. Swedes are very, how do I say this in the right way? Every Swede knows this, but they are very afraid of conflict. In general, Swedes don't like any form of conflict. So it's a very long way to go from everyone is free to do whatever they want, we live in a democracy, blah blah blah, to Shanghai. That it just won't fly here. That will be the thing that actually makes people stand up and say, hey, what is going on? We won't do this. But actually controlling Swedes with fear of their lives, their health, all of these things, that works, as we're seeing. So on that topic, if you have followed me on Instagram today or the recent days, I did a whole bunch of stories on monkeypox. Now this is very interesting. If you have seen those stories, it still might be kind of fragmented to you. Now the story goes that monkeypox has been spread from a guy that traveled to Nigeria and then to either Europe or the US, I don't remember, but whatever. He traveled to Nigeria and then back to where he resides. And so he brought the monkeypox back to his country, and now it was some kind of outbreak. You will see small notifications about this in the media. It's not big right now, but they are just adjusting you to what is coming. And this is already planned. This is the next big thing. This is the thing we are supposed to be afraid of very, very soon. And probably the thing that will be the reason for the lockdowns that are coming. And so this guy, they said that they are saying that monkeypox are just transmitted between animals. And then it was, okay, humans can get it from animals, but then to be able to spread it from human to human, it needs to be very, very close contact, meaning probably sex. That would be the very closest contact that would spread this thing. But somehow, now I read about 1,500 articles about this in the past few days. So there are small, tiny bits of information here and there. And now they are saying that this outbreak in England, I believe, or was it Massachusetts? I don't remember. That's not important. But the important thing is they say that it was somehow transmitted between humans that haven't even seen each other. Now, how is it possible that a virus that is supposed to be only be spreading through very close contact between humans, now suddenly there's an outbreak and those who had been spreading it didn't even see each other? Yeah, so someone is lying, obviously. Can you guess who? One of these articles, it was said that the only way this outbreak is happening and the only reason this is happening now is because people don't respect the restrictions and the COVID recommendations, and so people are traveling more. And now they want to put the blame on you. Now it's your fault. And yeah, also, would you be surprised if I told you that there's already vaccines in motion for this? Whoa, no, because Bill Gates, yeah, whenever we're talking about something horrible, you will hear his name. Okay, so that killed, I mean, Bill Gates. Well, he asked WHO to get prepared for another pandemic that would happen not long after COVID, and that he needed to raise about $10 billion, I believe, to do some kind of training which calls germ something. It was germ something. I'm telling you, do your research. Look that up. Everything, you will find it. Look for the pattern. Now, that means simulating pandemics so that they know how to handle it from that point on when a new pandemic starts. Okay, so that's basically that's the very, very short version of this. The, the very important thing I want you to take away from this is there are a lot of people waking up. Every day I'm getting messages from people that are asking me to tell them where to start looking. Wow, this is such an amazing feeling, and getting each and every one of these emails or messages makes me so happy, because now people are telling me that they have been getting the boosters. I have taken my second shot and my third shot, but now I'm starting to realize that maybe you were right, and maybe something is weird and I don't feel good after this, and I know such and such that has had heart attacks, and I know such and such that are now in a wheelchair because after the shot, and nobody in the medical field wants to nobody in the medical field want to admit that it's because of the shot. And what do I do now? And I'm not medically trained. I what I told you was that you need to know what it is you are injecting in your body. You should be free to do it whenever you want. I just want you to know and to take a conscious decision. Now, um, how to get help afterwards? I don't know, but I want you to find other people that also are victims of this. And I know there are great doctors out there that want to help, and we need to find each other. Speaking of finding each other, since we are so many people waking up now, the governments know this, and they are terrified and they are panicking. And how do you know they are panicking? Because they have unleashed all sorts of information and dangers and crisis and all of these weird major things, so that you cannot look anywhere so that you cannot look anywhere without panicking or being afraid of something. They want to throw you in dirty water so you can't see anything and you can't see where you're going. So I want you to find each other. It's very important. And now, this is the most important thing of this tiny speech, is that when the next pandemic is coming, which will be in 3 to 6 months, somewhere there, around there, you need to do everything in your power to not obey and not comply, and don't buy into any of the restrictions or rules or anything. Hear this and find other people. We need to stop fighting each other. And now I don't mean in just a theoretical sense. Now is the time where we need to find each other and create communities. New communities will arise after all of this is over, but this is the final battle where we show them if we are going to comply. I can't name drop words or names or anything of this, because I am constantly blocked and shadow banned and everything. That's why I need you to do your own research, because otherwise they have taken all sorts of social media from me and I can't talk to anyone. So I want you to we need to show that we are not buying into this crap anymore, and we are not complying. We are not going through with these horrible things. And if we do this right and we work together, what will happen is afterwards we will enjoy freedoms we even didn't notice that we lost previously. We will have even more freedom than before, but that we have forgotten that we even had. And this is how things work. When there's an agenda in play, they're taking things from us just in tiny pieces, and they are giving some of it back, but not everything. And then they push it a little bit more, giving something back, and that's how you forget all these things you had before. That's a well-known tactic. So we need to work with each other, not against each other. And this final pandemic, whatever theater you want to pretend it is, we cannot be divided amongst ourselves. We need to work together. We need to find each other. People are awakening every day. We are so many and they are terrified of us right now. We need to just step outside the door and say, hell no. Fuck no. We are not doing this, because my freedom is my freedom and has nothing to do with anyone. And if we don't, what will happen is we are doomed. I mean, not to sound terrifying, but imagine what will happen if they win this yet again. If they impose new restrictions that are worse than before, and country after country just accept it happening, what do you think will happen? Then we have shown them that they have all the power to do whatever they want. And we want to do the exact opposite of it. I'm running out of battery, so I think I got the most important part from my notes here. There will be resistance, and I need you to be a part of the resistance. The resistance is already huge. They don't want you to know that, but it is. Find the others. Find the others. And if you think that I'm a psycho and that I'm tripping right now, fine. That's totally fine. Enjoy your life. Thank you for listening. I can do nothing for you. Enjoy whatever you are doing. But if one tiny bit of this resonates with you, find the others. Contact me, or just start doing your own research. That is the best thing. Don't listen to me. If you just listen to all of this rant from me now, I would like you to question everything that I just said and research everything for yourself. Follow the patterns. That is the only thing you need to Sorry, that's the only thing you need to care about. Follow the pattern. Look what has happened historically. Watch the pattern. Also, you can watch my previous videos to see what I said would happen that actually did happen. Most of them are in Swedish. I will try to make videos like this in Swedish too. I want to be able to reach everyone that is interested in, that knows that something isn't right. We need to do this right now because this is our last chance. It will be great. It will be great. And I know it. It will be great because we are just too many for them to ignore. And we'll have everything back and more. There will be new communities, new spiritual leaders. It will be great in a new way. But we need to put an end to the tyranny first. Join the people that are trying to save you. The resistance and everyone that is working for the best of the people, for our freedoms. The time is now. The time has come. That's all. This will be unedited and probably a lot of ramble, but I don't care. It's very important. It's very, very important, and I beg of you, do your research and find the others. Work together with people, not against them. Together. Every normal people is your friend. That's all. I have nothing left to say. I'll be hearing from you soon. Have a great evening.